lab or office space, and you get maybe one elder, so 2 senior people, or so to help some junior people to expand the business plan and to think about what to do. So very simple. Now the plug and play has a house of about 1,000 entrepreneurs, about 300 companies in one building under one roof. Just show you, there are several concepts, new concepts. They have about 170 some VC and angels on a weekly basis, and helping to source the financing for those entrepreneurs. And then with about 200 or so, they call the executive in residence, EIR. Those people all rent cubicles on site to ready from morning to evening to be on standby to help the prospective entrepreneur. So all of this trying to help foster an environment to encourage entrepreneurship. So that's great. And my friend, and also I'm a member of the C100 Committee of Wonder Byron Hui, and a fellow member is Li Kaifu as hero in China. He left Google last year, started something called Innovation Works, 创新工厂, which I'm also an investor because I support my friend's effort. And again, is pick all the best of the best, but with a lot of coaching, a lot of support. We have set up a fund on the side to support it. So all I'm using these 2 examples to demonstrate that you need a whole infrastructure, you need support to fulfill your dream. Not just nothing is easy. On the other hand, the entrepreneurship is important, but you need to cover with a lot of other support. Okay, so I'll give you these 2 examples. And currently, we took the venture capital, the problem among the first, back in 1985, 26 years ago, to Taiwan first. And our purpose there wasn't that just trying to make money. It was really helping Taiwan to move from a labor-intensive industry to the high-tech. So our first investment was in Acer Computer, and we invested totally about 400 companies over the last 26 years, and many in the United States, many in China, across the field. And the different time, we do different kind of investment. I think I met Tiger Yang just now, okay, over there. He asked me about he wanted to help with the pink, pink something into China, and asked me about our experience back in the bringing Starbucks to China. Actually, people ask, we never dabbled in the consumer product or sort of a non-technology. We seldom do. Usually we do technologies. Of course, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, was in the IT and was with the semiconductor and the biotech, not too much in the internet. But back in 1996 or so, when we did some thinking, analyzing about the opportunities in China at that time, it's clear to us, everybody recognized China has the opportunity being the world factory because the abundant supply of labor and very cheap. And so China, for the last 15 years or so, has been the world factories and produced just about everything you see in Walmart. And but that time we also noted that because with 1.3 billion people, and if they all find a job and they don't worry about hunger and they become somewhat wealthy, then they have shopping and buying power. And so that we know that China could be also a big market rather than just production producers. This is very different from many of the East Asia countries, such as Taiwan, Singapore, Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand. All of those countries at that time and before, always producing. They only look at the United States for business and for market. Their population is small, so they don't consume as much, and they can't consume a very high expensive product. So they never considered themselves as the market for their production. They were just simply subcontract manufacturers. China different. We noticed back even then, like in '96, 15 years ago, that China has the potential of becoming a market. So then we analyze that. There's a market, then Chinese like branded goods. I mean, 精品, 名牌. Chinese love it. Anything you have to have a good. But that's very different from Indian. Yeah. Indians, on the other hand, they want it cheap. If as long as it's cheap, anything they'll buy the cheapest. But brand doesn't mean that much to them. You never saw the Indians line up Louis Vuitton in Paris. But the Japanese did the same thing 20 years ago, and now it's Chinese. So we step by step analyze. Then we're looking for the brand, and Starbucks was one of the most famous and most attractive brands. But then the difficulty came to, coffee, and especially expensive coffee, like something at that time probably like $2.50 to $3 per cup of coffee. Chinese for 2,000 years drinking teas, and such expensive coffee, who can afford that? But we took the plunge. Sometimes in the in entrepreneurship, one of the important things is take risks. You got to take risks. But take risks, be careful. You go to Macau, you go to Las Vegas, you see no Japanese there, no Korean there, only Chinese. Chinese, the two sides of the one coin. One side is a gambler. The other is entrepreneurship. Same thing, in a way. I don't gamble. I don't go to Las Vegas because I told the people, I gamble bigger. I put $3 million, $30 million in a deal, gamble. I don't deal with that $5 or $25 gambling. It's too small for me. Gamble big. Okay, so going back, and we court Starbucks. We sought out Starbucks, and for 2 years' time, they first went to Japan. We helped them, and when